We're on Mixer tonight as well, Paxton. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be starting in just a minute or so. So go and get a coffee. It's going to be a doozy tonight. A doozy.
In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On the 5th of May, 2020, it's 5/5/2020, and it's 22:02. And this is Radio Apocalypse, live out of Edinburgh into the night. On a day that, let's just say, the UK becomes the worst death toll country in the whole of Europe for COVID-19. We have surpassed Italy's total. It's nothing to be proud of. And we're running a little bit of a special tonight. A little bit of a special that we are calling Blood on Your Hands. Yeah, we are talking about Blood on Your Hands. Boris Johnson, Matt Hancock. If you perhaps had managed this a little bit better, maybe, just maybe, there wouldn't have been so many people that have not survived this. So we're not going to be doing Covid Chronicles as an entity. It's going to be Covid Chronicles all night tonight. We're not going to be doing COVIDiots. We're not going to be doing isolation games. It's just going to be me talking to you. And ranting like hell, may I say, because I'm a bit cross about the mismanagement of everything. And we're going to look at the timeline as well for the PPE fiasco that has been going on. I've got a few articles lined up, and I've also been clever enough to send them to my Facebook chat from my phone, so I don't have to have 22 windows all queued up ready to go. I can just go into my Facebook Messenger, click on the one I want, and bring it up. So we should not lose the stream tonight. Let me quickly check the processor speed so I'm not doing anything crazy. We are sitting at just under 100. That's fine. And we will monitor that because I don't want to lose the stream tonight like we have done before. However, we may do that because I have my most wonderful 3 children back in the house, and they will be going to sleep in the next 15-20 minutes, but they're on their devices. So with their devices, it may be an issue for the bandwidth of the internet not to explode on us. So please, if you are in YouTube land, please say hello. We're also live on Mixer tonight as well. I'm just going to quickly check Mixer. No, that's Discord. We don't want to look at that. we want to go to Mixer. And we will keep Mixer up on my phone. And if anybody pops into Mixer, please feel free to say hello there as well. And you know something? Perhaps just maybe later on, we may see if there are anybody, if anybody wants to come and join us. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, so let's have a look. Yes, there's Mixer set up. I have Mixer on my phone now, so we should not lose a single person in the chat, which is good. But let us immediately start with the news that... Whoa, don't fall over, phone. The news tonight that we are officially in the UK, the second largest death toll countries in the whole damn world. Yeah, that's right. The only country that has actually more deaths than us is America. They are sitting around about 60,000, I believe, just over 60,000. We have surpassed 32,000. It says in the papers, some of the papers for tomorrow and some of the articles online, it's about 29,000, but I've found live figures that show it to be around about 32 to 34,000. So let's just say between 29 and 34,000 people are dead in the UK because of corona. And I am convinced, absolutely convinced, that we could easily have not had as many if this had been managed a little bit more effectively, to say the least. It's quite scary. It is quite scary. So going straight to the BBC article just now, it says the latest total for Italy, previous the highest in Europe, was 29,315. The recorded deaths, according to the BBC, is 29,427 in the UK. And Dominic Raab, the Foreign Secretary, said this was a massive tragedy. Obviously. Experts say it could be months before the full global comparisons can be made. Both Italy and the UK recorded deaths of people who have tested positive for coronavirus. That's people that have died who have tested positive for it. Okay. BBC head of statistics, Robert Coffey, said Britain reached this figure faster. Wait for this, faster in its epidemic than Italy. So not only, okay, have we surpassed Italy with the amazing standard of more people dying due to mismanagement of this, but we've also got there faster. Wow, we are so good. Nobody can beat us at mismanagement of ultimate tragedies. Nobody can beat us at all with this sort of thing. We went out to win the race of coronavirus, and we are only in second place to America, but we could catch up. You know, we just have to try a bit harder at mismanaging everything to reach that point. Just bear that in mind. Okay, very good. I'm just breathing, and I'm just going to take a little drink. Okay. What else? Each country also has a different testing set of regimes, with Italy conducting more tests than the UK to date. Speaking at the daily coronavirus meeting, Mr. Raab, Dominic Raab, said the 29,427 lives lost was a massive tragedy to the country, as never seen before in this scale and in this way. But it would not be drawn on international comparisons, saying, I don't think we'll ever get a real verdict on how well countries have done until the pandemic is over. Wow. Right. Professor Sir David Spiegelhalter, that's a great name, Spiegelhalter. Can you imagine that at school? Smith, Jones, Spiegelhalter, here sir, I'm here, yeah, very good. Spiegelhalter, I like that. Okay, he added, where were we? Of the University of Cambridge said, we can be certain that all the reported figures are substantial. Wait for this. All the reported figures are substantial underestimates of the true number who have died of the virus. I wonder why that is. Do you think perhaps in the grand scheme of things, just maybe in the grand scheme of things, that the government wants to keep the total amount of deaths under wraps? What do you think? What do you think? I think so. I think that in the greater and bigger picture, that if they were to release the full data, there would be an outrage. There would be people just going mental because of it. It's hard to think why they would do this. Maybe to hold on to power, maybe to look less incompetent. I don't know. I truly don't know. But that is the tragedy that is at hand for all this. Let's look at the causes of this mismanagement, though. And one of the greatest one of the greatest causes of this misjudgment of management is how our leaders have actually managed the distribution and obtaining of the PPE, personal protective equipment. Now, if you're a friend of the show and come here regularly, I would like to say, you know how I feel about PPE. You know that I like to rant on about it in the mornings. You know that Matt Hancock, as far as I'm concerned, is going to be the patsy, but will also have to take the brunt of responsibility for this. So we're going to look now at the timeline. I'm going to see if I can, I'm not going to share this article. I think that would not be a good idea. So I'm going to go through the article myself just now and talk through each point from the beginning of this year, from around about the 31st of January, to be perfectly honest. Hold it a second. There's something underneath my chair that I need to sort out. Here we go. Let's go. Right, bro. And close that door so we don't wake up everybody in the house. Okay, so this is the timeline for UK's coronavirus PPE shortage. We're going to talk about these things and comment on roughly each one of them as we go through everything. I'm not going to be looking at the screen for the chat or anything. So if you come into the room, just say hello. I will go back to the windows backwards and forwards. The same in Mixer. I can actually monitor Mixer easier than I can monitor YouTube tonight. So just say hello, and we will be in the back in the chat as quickly as possible. But we're doing good so far. Let me check the processor one more time before we carry on. Yes, we're sitting there at an all right thing. Good, 97%. We've not clocked the magic 100 just yet. Astounding. Right. Okay. 31st of January. A UK representative joins EU member states and Commission officials to discuss the cluster of pneumonia cases associated with novel coronavirus in Wuhan, China. 4 countries indicate a potential need for personal protective equipment in case of an expanding situation in the EU. That is 4 countries within the EU saying, just 4, that we might need to get more PPE. Do you think that the UK was one of them? No. The UK did not bring this up. The UK, who's supposed to be a leader within this, a highly developed modern civilization, looked upon this and did nothing. They didn't do anything. Now, maybe at this time they would have thought, we might have enough PPE. We might have enough stockpiled and doing the right things, but, what can you say? I don't think so. I don't think so whatsoever. So there we go. On the 4th of February, 2020, EU countries share observations on the state of supplies of PPE in a meeting of officials from member states and also the World Health Organization. An official from UK attends the meeting in Luxembourg. Again, at this stage, do you think the UK wanted to promote and say, hey, we could do with some PPE. Give us some of that PPE love. Give us it. Because if they knew that we were going to have more deaths in the UK than Italy at that time, maybe they would have taken it a bit seriously. Let me just check the chat just now and see if anybody's joined us before I continue so I can quickly sum up where we're going with this tonight. Equilibrium's here. Thank you kindly for joining us tonight. And Roberto as well. And Barry. Yay, the Bazman. Beep, babu, babu, up. It's been a good night so far. I'm on a bit of a special tonight. The special tonight is called Blood on Your Hands. I will bring up, I'll quickly show you my amazing and bloodthirsty picture for this, if I can find it again. Oh, there it is there. That's good. This is called Blood in Your Hands because today the UK surpassed Italy for the amount of deaths due to COVID-19, and we're only second in the world to America. That's what we like to be. We just like to be right behind America, you know, touching its booty, kissing its butt. You know, that's where we like to be. That's what it's all about. We're like the little sly little kid that doesn't give a shit about anybody standing behind the bully, where basically America being the bully, and he goes, hey, you better do as you're told, and the little kid behind him goes, yeah. Oh, listen now, I'm doing that while you're looking at the picture. You couldn't see my face, right? We're like the little kid that stands behind the bully, America being the bully that says, here, you give me your lunch money. I want your lunch money right now, wee man. And we're the kid that goes, yeah, give him your lunch money. I'm getting half the sandwich or the can of Coke. You know, that's what Great Britain's like. That's what we're like. That is what it's all about, which is pretty shabby, if you want my honest opinion. My honest opinion. Whew, I can feel a night of triggers. Good evening, Ella Rose. How are you, my lady? Thank you for joining us. Thank you very much for always being the supporter of small YouTubers. Ella Rose, ladies and gentlemen, is a young lady that is an amazing supporter of small YouTubers. She does great posts advising people on things about it, and she has a little collective of people supporting each other on her posts. I enjoy going on to Ella's post. I've not been there for a few days because I've been very busy doing other things over the past 48 hours. Ella, I promise you, see, after the stream tonight, I'll be sitting on the sofa with my iPhone, liking, commenting, and subscribing to a lot of people in your posts tonight. Because, you know, you're a very positive young woman, and I admire you for everything that you do. You're a sweetheart. Thank you so much as well. You're a good girl. Thank you. I don't mean that in a condescending way. I mean that in a very positive way. And thank you for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it when you stop by. We're having a bit of a rant tonight. I'm not having any guests on tonight. It's a very much a special. I will go and have a look at that video afterwards. That means a lot to me, and I'll go and comment on it. I've not had a chance to do much. I've had a bit of a crazy sort of 48 hours, which, you know, it's not necessary to go into just now. But listen, Ella, we've got a Discord as well, and that we're slowly building up a very cool community of people, and I'm looking to sort of expand that into creators as well. So take a note of this: www.radioapocalypse.live/Discord. If you were to go and join that, you can use that as a point of contact for a lot of the people within YouTube, if they want, you know, to get together to chat more freely away from YouTube. That's what it's for. It's for Radio Apocalypse stuff, but I've got a center a bit there called Content Creators, where it's all for. Okay, let's get back to the story, though. We're here to have a good rant about the fact that the UK has surpassed Italy with the death tolls, and that is something that I cannot comprehend whatsoever. It's something that is beyond comprehension for a civilized nation like ourselves, how we have mismanaged the whole concept of PPE and the whole concept of looking after our nation. We'll go back to the timeline just now. Let me just bring this up again. We're now hitting the 24th of February 2020. A meeting officials to which the UK was invited. Here's an update from the European Commission on the joint procurement of PPE. Commission officials call on countries to confirm their exact needs today to move forward with the next steps. They put a timeline on it, a deadline, on it, to say, hey, listen, if you need shit, tell us what shit you need. Okay, that's basically it. Okay, no representative from the UK attends this meeting. Not only I mean, the past two meetings, they didn't really, do much for it. They were just sitting there going, hey, we're at a meeting in Europe. This is quite cool. What was that? PP what? PP. You know, to go to the PP. Toilets over there, mate. Toilets are down that way for a PP. That's cool. But at the end of the day, that is not the attitude that we need. They just don't care, did they? They just didn't care. So when all this moves on to the next stage, when the grown-ups in Europe, we'll just call them the grown-ups in Europe, decide to say, right, okay, I think we should start working together as the European Union, as we have done, and in the procurement fashion that we have done hundreds and thousands of times before. Let's get together and mass buy PPE. Tell us what you need, guys. Let's go down to Walmart. Let's go down to Asda. Let's go and get the Snapchat group up and go and say, hey, who's got PPE? Can we just get it all together? Get the PPE and let's get it all together and get it out to the guys that need it super duper fast. Not one member of the UK European Parliament people or the UK government attended this meeting. That is embarrassing. Actually embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. I need to have a drink. I'm going to have some coffee. Bear with me for a second. My mouth is getting dry from ranting. That's better. Right. That was the 24th of February. On the 28th of February, 4 days later, the EU launches the first joint procurement of £1.2 million worth of gloves, gowns and overalls. The UK is not one of the 20 member states involved. So now, bear in mind, this is now just at the end of the second month of the year. We started to hear more about this in the news at this time, and so they've known about this since the start of the year. Lockdown's been in place, for 6-7 weeks now, because it got that bad. But they've known about it since the start. They were talking about PPE from the middle of January. Wow! What a bunch of losers. Crazy people, crazy. Right, so 12th of March, the procurement fails due to lack of suitable suppliers. Bam, bam, bam. It is relaunched on the 15th of March. And guess what? The UK is still not involved at all. They just didn't care. Okay. 17th of March, the EU launches 2 more rounds of joint procurement for masks, goggles and ventilators. The UK, again, is not one of the now 25 member states involved in the procurement agreement. No, they were procuring everything they needed. They could foresee this could be pretty bad. And you know something? It's not like this stuff has a chronic shelf life of a couple of weeks. We can wrap this stuff up, store it in warehouses and keep it there for a future pandemic. It's worthwhile investing in it. That is how I feel about it. It's kind of crazy. Whoa, crazy. Right. On the 19th of March, the UK belatedly takes up an invitation to join the Joint Procurement Agreement Steering Committee. This is the Steering Committee. The UK belatedly, that means lately. No, late, not lately, but they took it up late, belatedly. You know what I mean? They didn't give a shit. They were like, second thought, maybe we should go and join that joint procurement. Did we get an invitation to be on like the steering committee for that? The one that actually influences what we get. Did anybody get the memo? Did you guys get it? Did you guys get? We got an email. We got an email. Did we? Did anybody get that? We did. Why are we not on? What? Oh, because nobody gave a shit. Right, okay. Yeah, okay, we'll come along to that. Sounds like fun. Where is it? Is here? Have they got good cafes there? Yeah, okay. We'll go for a wee pint afterwards. Okay, that's good, yeah. I like that idea, yeah. UK belatedly takes up an invitation to join the Joint Procurement Agreement Steering Committee, which makes decisions on mass purchases. The UK does not join a procurement for laboratory supplies that is put out to tender on the same day. Now, what do you think laboratory supplies could be used for? And this is where I need like one of those little buttons that has a tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Can you answer this question? Tick tock, tick tock, tick. Time is up. Laboratory supplies. COVID-19 testing equipment. That's correct. We didn't join the committee that was talking about lab supplies. Astounding. What a bunch of losers. Crazy. I'm going to take a 30-second breather from ranting right now just to check up on the chit chat because you know how much I like to just drop in on the old chitteroni, the chatterama, the old chat lines. Let's see, and we are there. Morgan's in the house. Hey Morgan, how are you? We are ranting quite prolifically, quite intensely about the UK surpassing Italy to become the worst country in Europe for deaths. Or, okay, let's say it's a big number. It's the best country in Europe for deaths because we've got the most deaths related to COVID. All right. And we're only second to America. Red, white, and blue. Keep it going. America, number one. America's number one. You know, and we're number two in the world behind the Yankees. Astounding. I am so proud, so damn proud to be up there in that bracket. Great big breather. Okay, let's go to the next one. Right. On the 23rd of March, okay, Health Secretary, my second least favourite politician in our administration, Matt Hancock, admits, Matt Hancock admits there have been challenges with the supply of PPE after complaints by doctors and nurses around the country. He drafts in the army to help with distribution. Now, round about that time was when I started to personally take an interest in this nonsense. Okay? I started to look at this and go, there's something about this that does not make sense. Something is afoot. I didn't know about the history of this beforehand until I researched it later. Now, wow, he admits that there have been challenges with the supply of PPE. Do you think that the challenges specifically come from the lackadaisical attitude that the whole of the government had in dealing with the procurement of stuff where we could have bought it en masse with the EU? Do you think the reason that we didn't give a toss about joining the EU was because of Brexit? Let's think about that for a second. We need another one of those timers going tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, ding. Time is up. Yes, I think that this whole get Brexit done blitz spirit bullshit that our country is sucking up just now, the nonsense, the absolute nonsense that people believe is unbelievable. That's called an oxymoron. What they believe is unbelievable. Oxymoron. In fact, it should be moron, because they're morons, okay? And these are the same people that suck that shit up that voted Tory back in December. Losers. I bet you're regretting it now. Just like Boris Johnson shaking hands with all those patients that had corona. I've not done my impression of Boris Johnson doing that for ages. Let's do my impression. Boris Johnson, let me set the scene, standing on a podium in a hospital with a medical advisor expert to the left, Boris Johnson in the centre with his ego going, yes, very good, yes, that's fine. But I'm Boris Johnson. And I honestly feel that that you'll be glad to know that I've been visiting people in this hospital and I've been shaking hands with everybody. You'll be glad to know that I've been shaking hands with everybody. And I'm sure that there was plenty coronavirus patients here, and I continue to shake hands with people. And that's a good thing, because we all should always be prepared to shake hands with people. What do you think, Mr. Medical Advisor, who was like now going like this? Whoa. And the medical advisor just said, just wash your hands. That's a great idea. Yes, we should all just wash our hands. And that was the end of the clip that I saw. And I'm going, he's going to get it. Within the next 2 to 3 weeks, Boris is going to get the virus. Well, what happened? Boris got the virus. But we'll come on to that as part of our story as it all unfolds. Right. 24th of March, number 10 said it has not joined, number 10 says it has not joined the EU procurement schemes as the UK is not in the EU. What? And is making our own efforts. The government later U-turns to say it failed to receive an email inviting it to the initiative, which is bullshit. Bullshit. That is absolute nonsense. We know it to be nonsense because we know what happens later, don't we? 25th of March, health officials from the EU countries convene an audio meeting. Representatives of the member states raise the possibilities of further procurements and ask to inform the Commission by the following day about the requirements. The UK, again, has been invited to join the meeting, but no representative takes part. What? Wait, hold on. Did not say on the 24th of March that they were making their own efforts, and they said that they failed to receive the email inviting them to be part of the initiative. That's what they said on the 24th, but then they had a meeting on the 25th. Hold on, that doesn't make sense. Oh, yeah, we never got the invitation for the previous ones. We should really perhaps make an effort, a greater effort to check those emails just to be on the safe side, just to see if there's something that could potentially be vital to procuring essential equipment to help keep our medical frontline heroes from our fantastic NHS safe. Boris Johnson's a wanker. Okay. 26th of March, the government says that 8,175, it has 8,175 ventilators, but turns to British industry to help produce 30,000 in a matter of weeks. The engineering company Dyson reveals plans for an entirely new medical ventilator, working to specifications set down by the government. Okay, I'm sure that there's a bit of a scandal in there somewhere. Maybe we might have to click on the little links for this after we get to the end of this. Okay. It's like going a bit crazy. I'm going to have another 30-second breather because I can feel my blood pressure going up. I can feel myself wanting to eat the microphone and stuff like that. Let's have a look at Mixer. Mixer would never really have many people in there. If anybody's in Mixer and you've not said hi, Mixer. I know my camera's there, but my phone's there, so I'm waving at the phone. Hang on. Hi, Mixer. How are you? And let's check the chat-chat-charoo in the old chat for the tube of viewing. Morgan, Shady's in the house. Shady's in the house. Shady. And Morgan, we've said hello to Roberto. Yes, we're all here. All the cool kids, and the cool kid cult. Could we call that the KKK? No, I'm only joking. The cool kid cult. We could that could be merch as well. You know, KKK and just have it the cool kid cult underneath, see if anybody picks up on that. I reckon you'd probably get arrested or beaten senseless if anybody wore anything like that. But it would be, no. Right, okay. I know, I'm just joking. Hey, cool kid cult. No. That's going to be a thing in my head. I am not going to get rid of that in my head now at all for weeks. Anytime anybody mentions anything about the Ku Klux Klan, I'm going to say, what, the cool kid cult? And they'll be like, what? Oh, anyway, that's by the by. Little mouthful of coffee. Nice. Right, where did we get to? 29th of March. Whew. The death of 2 surgeons from COVID-19, the first doctors to die from the disease, intensifies the pressure on ministers to accelerate the supply of PPE. Now, the next thing that happens, all right, is 12 days later. Ooh. When Matt Hancock on the 10th of April calls on workers to treat PPE as the precious resource it is. Matt Hancock, get your hand off the second syllable of your name. Okay? Matt Hancock calls on workers to treat PPE as the precious resource it is. Okay. Following weeks of criticism leading to claims that he is blaming medics for shortages. Blaming medics for using equipment that they're supposed to use. Matt Hancock, you are a friggin' idiot. Okay, right. Let's be fair here just now, okay? Let's just be fair. Matt Hancock's under a lot of pressure, okay? He's never had such a big job like this. Well, he has, he's been various other big roles, and it's not like he's not been on television doing briefings before. I mean, fair enough, he's not had to manage the health service through a pandemic before, but you would think that somebody that's in charge of the medical world in Great Britain, he is like the civilian manager, the chief executive officer of everything to do with health, from the NHS to private companies. He has a great big influence on everything. Are you with me? Matt Hancock's the man when it comes to Britain's health services. But in 2017, I think it was, he took a £32,000 payment from a think tank to go and talk to them about. This think tank is directly involved with privatising the NHS, about making it a non-public entity, and he took a payment of £32,000 from them. Is that a conflict of interests? Fuck yeah. That's a massive conflict of interests. I went away and researched as well and tried to find out if he was had fingers in the pies of PPE companies. Like I said, when I couldn't find anything, the only article that I found was something saying that every health secretary in the UK would own the procurement organisations that were part of the government, and it was up to him to manage the procurement organisations for potential PPE. So yeah, I don't think if anybody ever finds anything that shows Matt Hancock's got his fingers in the pie, shares, directorship, consultant, whatever, with any PPE companies, I would be grateful to send it to me on Discord, because I will just scatter that everywhere. Even though we've got a tiny little following here, it's still good to know and to put that out there so you guys are informed accurately. Okay, good. Let's go to the next date. Okay. Did I say that it was a precious resource? Of course it's a precious resource, all right? But what does that mean, okay? Surgeons go into operating theatres and say, they've got their gloves on, they walk in like this because they have to keep it. And they go, right, what's next, okay? Tonsils, right, take the tonsils out. Tonsils, right, what's next? You need to change your PPE. No, it's a precious resource. I'll be okay. We'll just do this once more. We'll do it once more. What's next? Open heart surgery. Okay. Done. Stitch them up. What's next? You've used those gloves twice and that mask 4 times, doctor. Doesn't matter. It's a precious resource. Don't worry. Where's actually my glove? Did somebody leave a glove inside that patient? Holy shit. You know, the thing is pretty goddamn crazy, to say the least. Okay? Precious resource. No, what is precious, Matt Hancock, is our beautiful and wonderful, brave people in the NHS working their butts off under ridiculously dangerous circumstances, thanks to your inability and the Tories' inability to manage the PPE crisis properly when you had the chances to do it. This is a proper rant tonight. God, I want to say fuck you, Matt Hancock, but I'm not going to. All right? Not at all. I didn't say it there, did I? Remind me to edit this out later, okay? Because we can't have me saying fuck you, Matt Hancock. Right? Good. It's my producer over there. That's a good guy. Right, anyway. Actually, there's nobody there. It's just a pillow. It's still a good guy, though. Right, anyway. That really gets my goat up. It really does. 11th of April, Hancock confirms 19 deaths, 19 more deaths among healthcare workers from coronavirus, a day after it was claimed, the Daily Downing Street press conference, that it would be inappropriate to provide such information. My third least favourite person in the government, Priti Patel, the Home Secretary, she is pretty shit at her job. See what I did there? I used her name in a pun. Priti Patel is pretty shit at her job. I am here all week, Monday to Friday, for the late at night, the Into the Night show, because it's rebranded as Into the Night. Oh yeah. Right. What did she say? The Home Secretary offers what critics call a non-apology. That is her thing. She basically comes in and acts as though she's apologising, but it's not an apology. It's like, hey, I'm Priti Patel. I'm here to make you feel confident with the government, but let's just say that you guys are all peasants. You're not worth the shit that we actually do, and I don't care about you. But, you know, it's all right. We're going to be okay because I'm Priti Patel. I'm pretty shit at my job. Yeah, Priti Patel, you stupid cow. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. I should wear a blood pressure monitor when I do these shows. Maybe we'll do that. Can you attach that to the stream and get a widget or something? And we'll do that when we get the what's it called, upgrade, the tech upgrade. We'll see if we can get something, ting tong tong tong, where I can have my arm up to a blood pressure, or I don't know whether it has to be a smartwatch or something. We can do something. It will be fun to see how, because I actually feel myself getting about this. I'm going to go Hulk smash, Mojax smash, Mojax smash. I am the Ginger Hulk. Yes. Ginger Hulk. We're coming up with great merch ideas every single day. The face masks, the Cool Kids Club, and Ginger Hulk. Yes, we can do this. We can do this. Right. Whew. Okay. We're almost done. We are almost done. We're now sitting on the 13th of April, because we don't have anything else in this timeline from there on in. Okay. Unless, hold on. Where is it? Is there a further link? I'm sure I saw something. Right, 13th of April, Chris Hobson, Chief Executive NHS Providers, says gaps remain and calls for the government to publicly acknowledge the problem and reason for it. Dominic Raab, deputising for the Prime Minister, because let's face it, Boris is in the hospital just now, allegedly with coronavirus. As Dominic Raab, deputising for the PM, admits to supply problems. Now, hold on a second. That's the 13th of April. Right, let's go back. When did Matt Hancock say that? Yes, here we go. That was round about the 26th of March. So you're talking, this is the second time that the government has admitted that there are problems with the supply of PPE. Now, on all the morning shows when I've talked about the supplies of PPE being pretty crap, all right, and the fact that they've talked repeatedly over and over again, how the government has given excuses, have talked about this repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly with the same message. Yes, the supplies are shit. I want to give you that sort of thing coming back, okay? It's a straightforward case of we know the supplies are minimal, but we have the PPE. It's just difficult to get it out there. We're not capable of organizing a logistical system. And when I first read that in the papers, about 4 weeks ago on the stream, okay, I came up with a very simple plan. Okay, now somebody in management would look at me as to say, "You're just a ginger peasant. What do you know about logistics?" Well, not much, but I can apply common sense. Here's how it goes. You have football stadiums in every single city lying doing jack shit right now. Why don't you use those as basically logistic hubs? All you have to do is have the lorries come in from the ships or wherever they are with the PPE and pop it in the middle with the big containers in the middle of the pitches. You can have the guys with the white vans from the hospitals then come up, pick up the order. That way you can have a central point, which is easy to find, and a central point within the city that everybody knows about, that they can come and do it. There's also no cars on the road. It's not going to be a problem taking it there. Okay? I want to say that I did send several tweets and personal messages to various politicians regarding that idea. Not one of them deemed me with a response. Wankers. Am I going to name names? Not just now. I'm not a naming and shaming kind of guy. No? You know who you are if you're watching this, which you're not. But that's not the point. We like to rant. I like to rant without anybody telling me not to rant. There we go. Right, I'm going to take another little coffee break just now because I can feel my blood pressure rising and I need to mellow back down again. Let's talk about something a bit more crazy. Is it possible to talk about anything more crazy than this? Yes, there is. And if I can find the video for it, we might be able to even play the video. Hold on, please don't start video. And why have I got... Hang on. Why have I got an advert sitting in the middle of this stupid video? Honestly. No, what we'll do is we will look that up on something else to look at it, and I'll talk about what it was going to be. The actual headline, okay, it's again to do with the fact that we are sitting second in the world for coronavirus deaths, okay, in the whole of the world. And we are number one in Europe. We are between 29,500 and up to about 32 to 34,000 deaths in the UK. I'm so proud. I am so proud. Prouder than a proud thing that could ever be proud. At this point right now, I'm going to do something very dangerous. I am going to put the come on the show link. In fact, should I do this? And I don't really do this publicly, but it's a different stream code for every single show because I use StreamYard solely. So I'm going to stick this in. If anybody has any comments that they want to say regarding this, okay, the fact that we're beyond that, you don't need to come on with your camera. You don't need to come on with anything other than the podcast mode. I'd be interested to see what you've got to say with regards to everybody about Great Britain being second in the world and the best in Europe for COVID deaths. And I'm going to do that. I don't care. I can tell if there's somebody I don't know, they're not getting on. But that's the code sitting there. If you want to have a comment on what we've just discussed, that whole timeline up until the middle of April, we can continue You can come on and do it for the last 10 minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to go on with that timeline just now. I'm going to maybe do this as a second parter because we're coming up to 50 minutes, and you know that I only like to do about an hour because, well, first thing of all, the kids are in the house, and I don't like to be talking and ranting while they're trying to go to sleep. The second thing is that there's a lot more information to come. And I think perhaps maybe we should do this next week. Oh, the other thing, which is really good, I am now ready a week tomorrow, okay? A week tomorrow to be able to turn round and do the first episode of the human condition. I've been speaking privately. None of my fellow sort of people that are involved with everything, okay, know that I've been doing this. I've been speaking to somebody that was in a bit of a nasty relationship with somebody for about 15 or 16 years. They were manipulated, they were taken for granted, and it is the absolute personification of a toxic relationship. Now, they don't want to come on, they don't want to be named, but they say that I can tell their story. So by the end of this week, I will have transcribed what their story is into my own words. And I'm going to pull up some images and pictures, and we will do a special one-off brand spanking new show a week tomorrow called The Human Condition. We will look at what toxic people are like. We will play some videos for it. We will look at how to spot a toxic person and how to combat the effects if you feel that you're a victim of somebody that's toxic. Then I will tell the story about this person, and it's a bit crazy to say the least. I just had Barry come in. Sorry, Barry, I didn't notice you down the bottom of the page there just now. You're welcome to come back on if you wish, sir, which is great. So that's the link. If anybody wants to come on for the last 5 minutes, you're welcome to do so. If you don't, that's cool as well. I'm quite happy for that. But if I can find this last little video, the article, let me just read the article to you then, okay? The article was, the headline for it was, Coronavirus, Boris Johnson is still secretly seeking to create herd immunity. Ex-chief scientific advisor suggests. David King says tests for easing lockdown have been softened, pointing to ministers still expecting most people to catch and develop antibodies. Okay, now just so you know, there's absolutely no proof that that antibodies are being done. There's people are getting this twice. I'm going to say that again. People, once you've got this, you can get it a second time. Here's our Barry. He is in the stream, and I will bring him in just now. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Not too bad. How's yourselves?
Good. You sound so clear with your snowball. Look at I've got. Hold on. I got a new microphone. It is like one of those little Star Wars training droids for the Jedi. But I just need the cable for it, and then I can sound as deep and soft at the same time as you, my brother. Which is good. Okay, we've talked all night. I've ranted all night about.
Have you?
Yeah, shut up. You know I have. You've been sitting there. Okay, it was something after reading and doing the research this afternoon for this, on the back of this morning, I thought, nah, I need to have the stage to myself until the last 10 minutes or so. Okay, so also Local says Dron just went live, which is great. So we need to finish up so people can go and watch him as well. All right. So how did you feel about this? What's your opinion about us now surpassing Italy and being second in the world?
It won't be long until we're first.
You think we'll surpass America?
Probably.
It wouldn't surprise me with the mismanagement of it all.
In all honesty, my brother, he works for a construction firm, and he has to go out regularly to the sites to check up and stuff. There's a break-in and other stuff, and so he's regularly back and forward between Haddington and Bathgate.
Okay.
And he says the amount of traffic on the road today was unbelievable.
Wow.
And not once in any of his journeys has he seen any police.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't get that.
I just don't get what they're doing.
It's wild to think that, you know. I mean, I know that at the end of the day, there's people that go around and they do their job. They're frontline people. They're carers. They're people in the supply chain of food management and stuff.
Speaking of frontline, I've got one for you from the BBC.
Okay.
Involving our good friend, Mr. Hancock.
Oh, God.
Labour MP, Dr. Rosanna Allen Khan, who's actually a doctor and has been serving in a London hospital doing A&E shifts, basically called him out at the dispatch box today, saying that the lack of PPE has caused a lot of unnecessary trauma and has deteriorated trust within the health secretary. And he honestly got up, thanked her for her contribution, and told her to watch her tone.
Oh, I read that. Yeah. What was the context of watching? Was she? Is there a video of this?
I've sent you a link.
Right. Okay. Is that on my WhatsApp?
Yes, it's the BBC address.
Okay. Hold on.
In fact, I might. Yeah, use the BBC one. It'll be a better one for sharing.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can find it without going to WhatsApp on my phone. Hancock. Mind your tone.
Go to BBC News Politics.
Wait to see if that comes up. I will close down the timeline of coronavirus, and I will close down the Facebook page. Oh, here we go. Coronavirus testing, Guardian. Let's see if I can bring the video up for this here. This will be worthwhile doing. I hate Matt Hancock. I really don't like him at all. Right, hold on. That looks like a video that is playable. Right, no, let's go back one and have a look. I'll continue looking. So, what was the general reporting on it then? With what people, what was the consensus in the news about that?
They've kind of tried to gloss over it. Really, they've mentioned that. I mean, he's saying that there's been a rapid acceleration of testing and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, that's great. Well, I don't know of any test centers near me.
Oh.
There are none. In fact, is there any outside of London?
Wow. Yes, I think there is. I'm sure that I read some. I think there's ones in Bristol. But I could be wrong. Right, here we go. That's the Telegraph. We're looking for the BBC. Oh, where's the BBC? There it is. Nope. Right. Oh, Labour demands. Right, okay. Right, no, we're going to have to go to WhatsApp and get your link from that one there. I think that's a bit of a disgrace. That's kind of like what's it called? A Donald Trump-esque thing to do, you know, with regards to everything. Sort of like next thing they'll be turning around and saying, "Nope, we're not speaking to you. You're fake news," you know, which is just an absolute disgrace, to be perfectly honest. Right, there we go. BBC, actually in front of the NHS worker. Great. Right. Okay, here we go. This will be interesting. I hope that we can get this playing. If it's got the video, has it got the video? Has it got the article? Right, there's no video there. We're going to find this video. I'm going to find it and I'm going to play it tomorrow because that's not got a video there on it. There has to be. Oh, yeah. No, it is a. Yes. Right, cool. Let's just pause that. Wait till it comes up. There we go. Excellent. Right, let's get this shared. I'm going to put this on just now. If anybody's still here, yeah, fucking toddlers. Yes, Shady, they're fucking toddlers. That's going on merch as well.
I think Shady's got to stop sitting on the fence and tell us how she really feels.
Yeah, no. Don't hold back, Shady. Okay, don't hold back. Right, here we go. If we suddenly lose the stream, I'm apologizing in advance. Okay, here we go. Is it worked? Is it coming up? Don't lose the stream. Yes, here we go. Spectacular. Right, we're going to play this. I'm interested. This is the first time I've heard this as well. So let's hear. It's 2 minutes and 24 seconds long. This will be the last thing for the night. Let's go.
Welcoming Dr. Rosanna Allen Khan, can I say thank you for what you and all the staff doing the NHS saving lives. It is appreciated. Dr. Alan Rosenthal.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And if I may start by saying a huge thank you on behalf of us all in here today and all of those watching to our NHS and care staff who are working so hard on the front line. Frontline workers like me have had to watch families break into pieces as we deliver the very
Is that a bit laggy?
worst of news to them.
Yeah.
That the one most
Right. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find this, record it, and stick it on something myself. I'm interested to hear what this has got to say, so I'm not going to put this out because I think this deserves more attention, to be perfectly honest, because that just shows the utter contempt and pressure at the same time that Matt Hancock is currently under to deal with this situation, which is unbelievable. How dare he turn around and say to somebody, mind your tone? You know, that's crazy. That's insane. Right. I am going to say, listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to my rant tonight. Tomorrow we will continue this. I will find and bring up the second half of the what's it called, the timeline for this, because it's interesting to see what has actually been done. Because let's just say just now that all the reporting on PPE is kind of mellowed a little bit, and there's more organizations doing charity work to do it, like the Daily Rag, the Daily Mail with their Mail Force charity. Yes, we're Mail Force. We got PPE and brought it to the workers all the way from China. That's great. I'm really glad that you did do that. You're a good bunch of folk for doing that in the Daily Mail, but you're a shit paper. Yes, I went there. Shit paper. And that's not just the stuff you wipe with. There is shit paper. Pardon me. Did I just burp live on the stream there? I just opened my mouth and a burp came out. I apologize. It was just like it came from nowhere. I'm going to have to reel that back. On that note then, I'm not going to allow my bodily functions to disrupt the stream anymore. So listen, I'll be back first thing tomorrow at 9:20 with the morning coffee show. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am now going to go and check that my children are asleep because they have remote school tomorrow. They do. Remote school. That is obviously when they go on to Microsoft Teams, check the work that has been given, and yeah, let's have a look at the chat before we go. Yes, it is happy birthday to Roderick today. His name is Roderick. He is 2. I just call him Roderick. Thank you, local, for remembering that. I'm touched. He was so excited when the kids came back today. They've been at their mum's for a while, and they came back today, and he was like, he loves his brothers and sisters so much. He's a good little boy. If you want to see what my family's like and what the kids are like, go to Mojax_happy. That's my private, well, it's not private, that's my account, which shows kind of like my life as a whole. The Radio Apocalypse one is more the corporate look of Radio Apocalypse, but Mojax Happy one is my lifestyle, and that's where I dump on my life stuff and also the things that I enjoy doing. But I've not done that much recently there on there because it's been all about Radio Apocalypse. But yes, next week, toxic relationships, how to spot toxic people. That is a week tomorrow. It's the very first episode of The Human Condition. I need to go and make a fantastic, I hate that word. Boris Johnson's ruined that word for me. Every time I say it, I get a bad taste in my mouth. Fantastic. Blah. So yeah, I need to go and make an incredible intro for that, and we'll do something amazing with it. And we will tell the story. If you have any toxic people's stories or can relate to anything in this, okay, get in touch. Leave me a message on Discord. If you want to come on and share your experiences with this, you can be in podcast mode. You don't need to be seen. You don't need to give me the the people your real name. If you want to do that, that is cool. I will be starting to advertise it within the next 48 hours so we can get a lot of people interested in this. I think it's important that we do this. So tomorrow will be another COVID Chronicles episode continuing this story. Thursday we'll move on to, I don't know what we'll do on Thursday. It'll probably be a similar, we'll go back to the proper format. And then Friday's open mic, and then Saturday is day off day, and then Sunday, Serial Killer Sunday on my brother's channel, The Wests. Oh, I am so excited about that. Oh, Fred West, Rose West, crazy people with sexual fetishes. They're a bit mental, have a torture chamber in their basement, and buried their children in the garden. Yes, it's going to be a juicy, juicy one for that. Get your carry-out ready, and a few tinnies, and a big bowl of popcorn. Okay, hold on. Let me just see the chat before I go. Come on, chat, carry on. Right. Oh, Jason, you're coming a wee bit late. That's cool. That's great. Listen, I don't mind that because I love you, man. And thank you for all the birthday wishes for Roddick. It's amazing. May's a terribly expensive month for me. It's Virtuoso's birthday next week. I think he's got an Amazon wish list. If not, I'll get him to put one up. Okay, I'm only joking. He's not got an Amazon wish list, and he's not going to make one. Before I go, Jason says, before I go, he's got a joke. Okay, Jason, hit us with your joke. It better be as good as Barry's jokes. If it's not as good as Barry's jokes, you're going to lose your comedy license for the show. Okay, that's how it's going to work. Oh, Saz Ledbetter is on Mixer. Sarah, it's good to have you there. Thank you for waving. I'll wave to Sarah Ledbetter in the old Mixer. Sarah, how are you? We're just about wrapping up for the night. We're just waiting for Jason to write a joke in the Facebook, no, in the other chat, the YouTube chat. Happy birthday, Virtuoso and Roddick. Yes, Virtuoso, when's your birthday? I'm not going to say it loud. What? It's in 7 days' time. It's a week's time. He's going to be 14 years old. He's going to be a boy turning into a man. He will start to get the facial hair things, and he'll go from a soprano to a bass. Hi, my name is Virtuoso. Yes, that's who I am. Virtuoso. Yes, we like Virtuoso. It's funny. No. He's sitting on the floor there. You should be in your bed. You should be in your... Why are you sitting? I didn't even see you come in. You're supposed to be in your bed. Right, good boy. Right. Jason. Oh, right. Fred West is in a cell. Right, okay. My checkmate is surprisingly bad at check. Fuck off, Barry. Barry's just said his checkmate. Okay, he's got a friend. It's a checkmate. Okay, it's his check friend. His checkmate is really bad at chess. Yes, I know. Okay, Fred West is in a cell. He gets a visit from the head of the CID officer, and since it's Christmas, he says, "Fred, is there anything I can get you for Christmas as a goodwill gesture?" Okay. We're waiting for the punchline. Waiting for the punchline. I'm waiting with bated breath. Bated breath, anticipation. Putting to the test. Oh, yeah. I discovered today that there's been 2 people that have bought my book other than myself. Isn't that amazing? 2 people. I have a poetry book. Okay, that is available on Amazon, which spans a year of my life when I first met my oh, hold on. Fred replies, I could murder a couple of tenants. Yeah, that's about as good as Barry's. We'll let you have that. Tenants, for people that don't know, all right, are not just things that are people that live in apartments that rent property, but tenants are cans of beer in this country. Tenants lager, Tenants special. That's awful, Jason. That's awful. NaughtyEvil.com is just dropped in on Mixer. Hi there, NaughtyEvil.com. Thank you for the smiley face. We're just about to end the stream, but you're welcome to go and subscribe to me here on Mixer or join us across in YouTube. Go back and watch the stream. Drop a wee like in. We're not nasty people. And let's just plug a few other things while we're here. www.radioapocalypse.live/Discord. If you're a cool person and want to join a decent community and stuff like that, we can do it. Word to you, naughtyevil.com. Word. There we go. Excellent. I like that. I've never had anybody say word. Fist bump, buddy. Fist bump. Okay. Very cool. Right. So yeah, join the Discord. Get ready for a week tomorrow for the human condition. What else was there? I've got a new microphone that I need to get a cable for, and it's for Tuzo's birthday a week tomorrow. Is it a week tomorrow? A week today? Bollocks. I will see you all in the morning. Thank you so much for joining. I might be in Discord in 10 minutes. I just need to go and get those children wrapped up that are not in bed that's sitting on the floor here. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much and so much for joining us. Take care. Be safe. Boris Johnson, you have blood on your hands, mate. Your mismanagement of the entire coronavirus debacle is embarrassing. See you all in the morning.